Hey, Peter. So we're going to take a look at this sheet here with the math problems with the table. It says, Die Schule einer bayerischen Volksschule, Grund- und Hauptschule, besuchen den Religions- oder Ethikunterricht in folgende Aufteilung. So the students in a Bavarian Volksschule, so elementary school and middle school, go to either a religion or an ethics class, and this is how they're split up. So this part here is the elementary school students, and this is the middle school students, Grundschule, Hauptschule. And then this one is Catholic religion, Evangelisch religion, and ethic. Anzahl is the number, and this is the percentage. Here's the number of students in the middle school and the percentage. And these dark gray boxes were empty. And this is the first thing you need to do. It says, berechne die in der Tabelle fehlende Werte. That means calculate the missing values from the table. So the very first one we want to calculate is this box here. And so we would say, well, how many students are there at the elementary school? Well, there's 208 taking Catholic, there's 64 taking Evangelisch, and there's 48 taking ethics. So we would just add those up. So we'd say 208 plus 64 plus 48, so 12, 20, so 320 students total at the Grundschule. Okay. Now, how many of them, of the 320, how many are doing Catholic religion? 208 out of 320. So we simply say 208, this number here, divided by 320. That's going to be a number less than 1. So in order to get a percentage, we multiply times 100. And then we use a calculator. So 208 divided by 320 times 100 equals 65. So 65% of the students take Catholic religion. This next line is already done for you. How many do Evangelisch? 64, and they're already telling us that that's 20%. We can check it by saying, well, what would 64 divided by 320 times 100% be? And we're hoping that that's going to be this 20%. So we check 64 divided by 320 times 100, and it's 20%. Okay, but that was already given to us. We didn't even need to figure that one out. Now we say, okay, so 65% of them are in Catholic, 20% of them are in Evangelisch, and all the percentages have to add up to 100. So 65 plus 20, that's 85. So 100% minus 85% is 15%. So this last box has to be 15%. And again, we could have done it by saying, what is 48 divided by, so 48 students take ethics divided by 300 total is going to be a fraction less than 1, so we have to multiply by 100%. And if we do that, 48 divided by, 48 divided by 320 times 100 does give us 15%, just as we figured out it should be. So that's this column of the box, of the table. Now over here, we're given the percentages, but we're not told how many students there are. So we don't even know how many students there are total. The one thing we do know is that of the total students, 77 of the students take ethics, and that is 27.5 of the students take ethics. So now what we would say is, well, if we knew what this total was, we would say, take that total and let's call it total Hauptschule. And we'd say, well, take the total Hauptschule and multiply that by 27.5%, because 27.5% of the total are taking ethics, so that should give us 77. 27.5% of the total gives us 77. In order to multiply by a percent, you have to move the decimal place over, so that's going to be the total Hauptschule times point, or in German the comma, 275, so this moves over 2 places, equals 77. So what is the total? It's going to be the total Hauptschule is going to be 77 divided by 275. So we go 77 divided by 0.275, and that gives us 280. So the total number of students at the Hauptschule is 280. And we had that the total over here, that added up to 320. And so now we can say, okay, good. 25% take Evangelisch. So what is 25% of 280? 25% times 280 means that you have to take this over here to put the, so you have 0.25 times 280. So 280 times 0.25, that gives us 70. So that means 70 students take Evangelisch. Over here, for Catholic, we have 47.5% of the total, and the total is 280, take Catholic religion. So again, we're going to move, because it's a percent, that means you need to move that decimal place over 2 places. So we have 475 times 280. It's going to give us the number of Catholic students. So we will get 280 times 0.475 equals 133. So now we can fill this in. So we have 133 Catholic, so that's what you've got written here. And you've got 70 for Evangelisch. 133 Catholic, 70 Evangelisch. You can fill that in. Now we can say, okay, so now we have the table filled in, and now we can figure out what they want next.